Hi there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today I have an anniversary card where I stamped some florals from the Penelope's Blossoms stamp set with white pigment ink and colored over the stamped images with colored pencils, and it gives this really soft, pretty look. It's so easy to achieve, and I love how it looks when you stamp on craft cardstock. I am die cutting a circle from some khaki Simon Says Stamp cardstock using the largest of these stitched circle dies from Lawn Fawn, and then using this floral grouping of stamps from the Penelope's Blossoms stamp set, I'm going to ink that up with the Yeti white pigment ink and stamp that on the top and bottom of this khaki circle. So I just want to have that on the top and the bottom. My greeting is going to go through the center. I'm going to start coloring over all of the white stamped images with my colored pencils. So a lot of times I'm going to start with my darker color first and then kind of blend that out with my lighter color. It just depends. I went back and forth. Sometimes I use the lighter first, sometimes the darker. But it makes it really easy to color over with this white stamped image, and you're left with a really soft and pretty look. I just love my colored pencils for this. Along the bottom of the screen, I am showing the colored pencils I used for each combination. So for these red flowers that I just colored, I used the Prismacolor 925 and 924. For the pink flowers, I'm using the Prismacolor 930 and 993. For those, I definitely did add the dark color first and blend out with my lighter color. For any of the greenery, all of the leaves and branches and all of that, I am using a combination of Prismacolor 1090, 912, or 1005. I didn't use all three for every single leaf or branch, but I used some combination of both. Usually that lightest color and then one of the darker colors, or sometimes both, just depending on how I felt like coloring it, I guess. I did keep to a pretty simple color palette simply to make it a little bit quicker and easier. You could definitely pull in some additional colors if you wanted to. This was kind of fun. I kept to pinks and reds because I thought if you changed up the greeting, this would make a great Valentine's type of card as well. This is another card design that the greeting could really be almost anything. You could be happy birthday, it could be congratulations, it could be get well, anything that you want to put, you could stamp there in the center. And this is a card design that works for all kinds of different occasions. I love card designs that will work for anything. It's not so theme specific that you have to use it for birthdays or something like that. This would work for lots of things. So I am going to color both the top and the bottom of this design exactly the same. Once I have the top all colored, I'm just going to spin that circle around and color the bottom or the other group of florals just like the top. Then I'm going to die cut a banner from some of the khaki cardstock and stamp the banner from Penelope's Blossoms using that Yeti white pigment ink. And then I'm going to take the Happy Anniversary greeting from the Sophie's Sentiments stamp set and stamp that in the banner. If you're going to use the banner, you do want to make sure that whatever greeting you're going to use will fit before you stamp it. So I stamped this all in white because I really love how that white pigment ink looks on the khaki or craft cardstock. And then I did color in the little heart on Anniversary. The little dot on the eye is a heart, which I think is so cute, with one of my red colored pencils. So there's kind of what the main focal point is going to look like. I wanted to frame up my design, so I'm taking the two largest dies from the large stitched circles and the small stitched circles sets, and I'm just going to nest those together and cut those from some smooth white cardstock, and that's going to be my frame. But to give it some dimension, I thought it would be fun to die cut this from some fun foam, and that's going to instantly give me dimension around that center focal point. So I'm going to take those exact same 2 dies and die cut those from the Fun Foam. You could also die cut these circles several times, stack them one on top of another, or even use foam adhesive if you want to. The Fun Foam is great, especially for something like a circle, because it's so easy and you don't have to try to fit your foam tape all the way around. Plus, I really like the clean finished edge the Fun Foam gives. So there's what the Fun Foam will look like around that, and then I'll just pop my cardstock frame on top and then place my greeting in the center. This would look great as is. You could put it on any color card base that you wanted to, but I thought it would be fun to take one extra little step and take some of the individual floral images from the Penelope's Blossoms stamp set, just kind of group them together on an acrylic block, and then I'm going to stamp that over and over all over the front of a craft card base using the Yeti white pigment ink. Except this time I'm not going to color over them. I'm just going to leave them white because I definitely want that framed circle to be the focal point of my card. But this is going to add interest to the background and not have such a plain and boring background, I guess is what I want to say. So it'll still have that great design element, but it's going to allow for the framed up piece to take center stage. So I'm simply going to spin this around and stamp this over and over. There are going to be a few spaces that don't really fit. Maybe I left a little bit too much of a gap. All you have to do is grab, clean off your stamps or whatever, grab 1 or 2 of the images and just kind of fill in. So once I covered that or stamped all the initial images, I'm just going to fill in with a few additional ones here and there. Then I adhered my circle and then my Fun Foam frame and the cardstock frame. I forgot to turn my camera on, sorry about that. I'm going to layer my foam tape. It kind of needs 2 layers for the thickness of that Fun Foam circle, and adhere that to the center of the design. And that is going to finish off my card here today. Thanks for watching this video showcasing a really pretty floral card featuring Lawn Fawn stamps and dies. The supplies I've used are listed and linked below the video on YouTube. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Here are a couple more floral cards you might be interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.